So I've been keeping a secret from you, and I need to tell you. All my personal close friends know already, but I need to tell you, and I need to tell everyone in my life. So I'm going to tell you as I drive to the warehouse. The short version is that in a little less than 8 weeks, I'm going to be leaving Australia permanently, or at least as permanently as possible. Is the plan. I have some time to decide whether I want to stay or not, but essentially I've decided that I'm going to be moving to the Netherlands, which is a big decision, obviously, and it's one that I made when I was in the Netherlands earlier this year, and that's come with a lot of things. And I didn't want to announce it too soon, because in doing so then you put a lot of pressure on yourself, but it's at the point now where there's no going back, really. And that's what this whole event that I've been working on for, that's what the thing Zach was working on yesterday is, and that's what a lot of the stuff I've been working on in the latter half of this year has been, is working towards that goal of moving in 8 weeks and having everything in place to do so. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly what my plan is for when I go. I'll probably save that for when I actually go over and I start getting things ready, but rest assured that while the vlog is going to end at the end of this year, the heart and the basis of it isn't. I'm still going to be creating content, and it's going to be bigger and better than it's ever been. But it was about time that I told you what was going on. So, short version, in 7.5 weeks, I will be leaving Australia for, as far as I know, forever. Anyway, so the event that I'm working on is called First and Last, because it's the first showing of my physical photography work and video work that I will ever do in Australia. I'll put the poster up here so you can see it, but that's what I've been working so hard on over the past couple of weeks. I'm very, very glad that I can finally share it with you. In other news, I've brought a little gift for Joe for in our office. I'm very, very excited for him to see it. Hi, Ali. Pull out take the thing out. I haven't told the vlog what it is yet.
Yo, this is sick.
Yeah. Cool. So I was thinking we should put it there on that wall.
This one?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's
right. Cool.
So sick.
Ali, check this out.
Light it up.
Light it up.
Light this bitch up.
Yeah, plug it in, Joe. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's gone.
No.
Broke it.
How did that happen? Anyway, it works.
Well, it works. We figured it
Oh
out.
my god.
Oh, there we go.
God.
That's so bright too.
Right.
So cute. I need to get.
So sick.
Yeah.
That's so dope. That's so sick. What do you think, Joe?
I love it.
You like it?
Yeah.
You happy?
It's very nice.
It's very nice. Oh, that blue light looks so sick on camera.
Is it?
Yeah. Joe and I are here to film the podcast tonight, but we're filming it with Maria, and they're busy downstairs for a little bit, so we're going to grab dinner first, and then come back and shoot the podcast.
Let's go get some sushi.
We getting sushi, bro? Let's sushi it up. Let's jaywalk. This one? Alright. Okay, Joe, you've not had ramen before.
I have not.
Read the instructions.
Okay.
You gotta like pop the ball like into the thing.
I gotta pull this off first.
Yeah, you got it. I believe in you. There you go.
It's good. It tastes like a zubiduba.
Yeah, I have no idea what the flavor is, but it's yummy.
It is.
I've not been to that sushi place before.
No.
Surprisingly good. Like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Could you?
6.5.
6.5. Yeah, I'll cop a 6.5. So the person that we're doing the podcast with is busy for another 45 minutes. So I thought that I would take this opportunity to do a Q&A while Joe plays Switch in the background. First one, how did you get into filmmaking / YouTube? Where did the obsession start? I found out recently, Joe, that my first YouTube video is 13 years old today.
13 years.
13 years old. So
YouTube video?
my first YouTube video.
Right.
Yeah, so that was like a Minecraft Let's Play, but a while. Honestly, the YouTube obsession started by watching Minecraft YouTubers, and then the filmmaking obsession started by making short films and me and my dad watching movies growing up and me becoming a little fanatic. What gives you the drive to carry on being creative? I just like making things. I feel weird when I'm not making things. Joe's the same.
Yeah.
When you're creative in that way and you're not making things all the time, it feels weird, and then you feel like you have to make something, and then that inevitably snowballs into making more and more things. So it's not really a drive to create things, it's just putting things in place that give you the opportunity to be creative in your daily life, and then eventually that goes into being consistently creative. How do you come up with the YouTube video titles? I just think about what I would click on, and then I make it that. It's usually just making it as like thought-provoking as possible. Hayden and I were talking about it the other day, and it's pretty much just like coming up with questions that the title makes you want to know the answer to. From the same guy, from Extempore Art, who is all around the place. You mentioned the editing method of not putting everything on the timeline, more details. So I edit everything with everything in a bin in Premiere, and then I import it as I'm editing. You can put it all in the timeline at once and edit it that way, but I find that's really overwhelming for the way that I work. So I'll put one clip in, edit that clip to exactly where I want it to be, where I want it to cut, and then I'll put the next clip in. And then that also gives me the freedom to move clips around. Like a lot of the time in the vlog, things actually didn't happen as they're portrayed in the vlog. I've moved the order of things around to create a more interesting flow for the story. So if you put it all in the timeline linearly, you don't really get that freedom of movement. Whereas if you do it through like a bin, like I edit, it's a lot easier to kind of think more creatively. Last one. What has been the hardest thing about being a filmmaker, and what can we do to help that? I think the hardest thing about being a filmmaker is convincing people to watch your stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest thing. It's nothing to do with the creative part, but it's the actually convincing people that your work has value and then getting them to watch that. So what can you do to help? Watch our stuff. Share our stuff. That's the main one. Like if you like something that a filmmaker has created, share it on your social media. Like it. Comment on it. Put it in a playlist. Put it on your Facebook. Everything. Just share it with as many people as possible. Alright, that's it for the Q&A. If you ever want to ask questions, follow me on Instagram. Alright, I'll see you in a second when we start doing the podcast. Okay, it's podcast time!
Yay!
Yay! How did your shoot go?
It was really good.
Did you win?
It was great. Yeah, we won.
Okay, good.
We won.
Alright, let's do podcast thing now.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Done! How'd you go?
It was great. It was great.
Cheeky 30-minute banger.
Yeah, now I'm dead. That was the last
That-
bit of energy that I had.
Me too. Me too.
Good
Alright.
job, everyone.
Go home, it'll be out on Monday.
Yes, I'm
Yes.
so keen.
Go home,
So
sleep.
keen.
Bye.
Bye. I love the new space, by the way. It really
Bye.
helps. It really helps the vibes.
You like the light?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Really good vibes. Really good, like, can say anything to you guys and it's not going to be published publicly vibes.
Oh wow. Okay.
Ooh.
That's kind of dangerous.
That's very dangerous.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Goodbye, beautiful boys. It is very late.
There's only one beautiful boy, and that's Joe.
That's Joe. Okay, time to go home. I need to sleep. I ended up staying until 11 again, which is dumb of me. Like, actually really dumb. I was supposed to sleep good tonight, but whatever. It's fine. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I like that tank.